Hello and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. This is season 4, episode 13.
It's one of the late ones. That's all I know.
It's the last one in the season. That's what it is. Eric, did you hear what happened to our ongoing lawsuits with the MACC Corporation?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we lost the suit overall, but
Oh yeah,
our lawyers were able to put together a beautiful plea deal. So we were able to admit that we were, spreading false information and terrible claims across the airwaves. In exchange,
and that our podcast was way too raunchy for all audiences, as it is advertised for.
In exchange for a hard restructuring of the podcast, as well as friendly content that the MACC is actually required to monitor, and they're going to be the ones to censor us in the future. So we're basically an MACC run podcast now, but in the clause there, we got 1 free week of amnesty. So this is the week. We're going crazy today.
That's right. We got Butterdogs in here. It's going to be a good podcast. Oh, also, Eric, I believe we have to state that one podcast was not actually for the children.
The one
I think we have to take responsibility for that.
I think we have to admit that our For the Children advertisement was grossly mislabeled, and it was in fact not for the children.
Although we still stand by that podcast was dedicated to at least one child, which is Max's son,
Gaston.
That it was definitely for
French
Gaston.
It was for him,
but not for Gaston. Just to clarify for the lawyers.
Yes,
correct. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow, Alex. I don't know. All this talking about for the kids and whatnot. It really got me thinking. But in the meantime, I think I want to talk about this week's main topic, Alex.
Oh, what's this week's main topic, Eric?
Let
me know.
This is a very interesting one. It's the Pavlov's surname.
All of the Pavlovs?
All of the Pavlovs. Although I think on this podcast we're going to shorten it and just talk about some notable sport Pavlovs. So
no notable scientific Pavlovs, only the sport ones, because I know
Alex.
At least 3 scientific Pavlovs.
I think that's because you're a nerd is the thing.
Are you sure that you don't know Pavlov and not Pavlovs? This is an S with no apostrophe, might I add.
Oh, so there's no conditioning in this one.
No conditioning at all. Actually, peak male performance conditioning. These guys are jacked and living the good life. I'm talking about none other than Andres Pavlovs, born in 1979. I'm
pretty sure the correct is actually Andres is Pavlov. It's like attorneys general.
That sounds about right. Pavlovs, of course. So this guy, he is the best Latvian football goalkeeper that I know that has the last name Pavlov. He's a great guy. Born in 1979. What a year.
Was he on the Latvian national team, or was he not that good?
I don't know. Well, it says notable, so I'm going with probably.
Okay, all right.
And I don't know his relationship to this next person called Arkadiusz Pavlovs, born in 1903, who was also a Latvian footballer and a football manager.
Are all of the Pavlovs Latvian footballers, Eric?
No, because that's going to bring us to our next one. My main Latvian tennis player, Denis Pavlovs. I mean, don't forget Igor's Pavlovs, also the ice hockey player, also from Latvia.
So what I'm hearing is there's a Latvian Pavlov sport cartel or a dynasty, if you will.
Don't keep it just as sports. Come on, this is the Pavlovs.
What sport, Eric? What sport do you think the Latvian dynasty of Pavlovs will break into next?
Well, so we already know that they're great footballers. One is a superb tennis player, and 2 of them are hockey athletes. So I think it's only fitting that they break into curling.
Oh, I think that'd be great. And you say there currently are no Pavlovs in curling that are notable, at least.
there are no notable curling Pavlovs. So I think the next logical step is to really jump into this expanding sport and really reap the benefits that a Pavlov's in curling could bring to Latvia as a whole.
So if Pavlovs were to get really big in curling, Eric, what do you think their signature move would be?
Well, they are from Latvia, so I think they're going to come out with the old 1-2 Latvian double. No, I'm going to change that. They're going to bring the house down with their Latvia lurch.
Oh, the Latvian lurch. See, I thought they were going to go with the Riga ricochet, but
the Riga ricochet could be good.
Yeah.
I mean,
the signature Pavlov's takeout, the Riga ricochet.
That I like it. I think the Latvian curling scene's about to get a lot crazier with the Pavlovs coming into it.
Well, I think that wraps up our main topic, Eric. Do you want to move on to some original works?
I mean, I could. I don't know why 4 is just in my head so much. Like talking about 4 of the kids.
Yeah.
There were like
4 seasons of this podcast.
There's 4 seasons of this podcast. At least 4 Pavlovs. And they represented a multitude of sports, including 4 sports. I'm gonna write my poem on 4, Alex.
Oh, I already have a poem on 4, Eric. It's titled 4. That's the name of the poem.
Oh, is it FORE or FOUR?
You're gonna have to find out. That's part of the poem.
Okay. I think I'm ready to hear it.
All right, you ready? I sliced it hard to the right, over the trees, neat and tight, into the fairway, yonder it went. Just when its energy was spent, before it made someone real sore, I loudly yelled out, 4!
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. So, obviously, you spelled it FOUR. And you're talking about...
That's the proper golf 4 is FOUR.
Especially because you had I don't know what you're talking about, golf. Just like your rhyming pattern was in 4/4 time. The delivery was definitely very on the 4th beat. That's where it really took the accented emphasis and what else in there? Like slice to the right. I'm thinking, what do you slice? Cheese. How are there good types of cheese? Yeah. Are there 4 types of cheese? There are. How many corners does a block of cheese have? 4. Well, 6. 8 technically, but 4. I'm thinking 4.
Like if you're looking top down, it's only 4.
Top down, it's only 4, of course.
Or like a American square has 4 corners because it's just it's flat.
So
I liked how it tied back into the podcast because just as we're on season 4, when you say 4 at a golf ball, the golf ball like this podcast causes painful damage.
That is accurate, especially for the kids.
As it careens out of its designated lane.
That's something that only the designated, the really special, dedicated listeners can pick up on. Yeah,
That's true. So I also wrote a little poem.
Did you? All right, let's hear it, Eric.
Ooh, let's hear it, baby. Numbers. Now, what are those? Oh, I suppose I knows. 1, 2, 3, ever so dreary. But 4. Oh yes, give me more. 5, 7. No, those are a bore. Get me back to 4. If you're ever sore, just think of 4. Busy doing a chore? Well, no more. Not when you're thinking of 4. A number filled with expansive lore? It can only be the great 4. All other digits are inferior. Get rid of them, and we'll be cheerier.
All right, that's pretty good. It's clearly about one of my favorite games, the 4 is Magic game.
Oh, that is a good game.
The 4 is Magic.
Yeah, give me a number, Eric.
Crazy 8.
8?
Yeah.
8 is 5. 5 is 4. 4 is Magic.
8 is 5. 8's not 5.
Oh, it's definitely 5.
Definitely 5.
Well. Okay. What if I give you another number?
All right.
I give you I.
Well, I is 1.
And
1 is 3.
Right.
And as we know, 3 is 5, and as we know, 5 is 4, and 4 is Magic.
Yep.
I don't like this game. Okay, what about Pavlov's?
I believe Pavlov's is 7, and 7 is 5, and as previously mentioned, 5 is 4, and 4 is Magic.
I get it. I understand it now. I'm gonna let the people in the comments.
Yeah, I mean,
see if they know
obviously
what
you
we're
understand
talking
it. You
about.
wrote an entire poem about it, unless your poem was really about the deep-seated, and I'm gonna let the listeners in on this, not misinformation in any way, theory, Eric, that there is an evil cabal of 5s running around posing as 4s, trying to prevent the number 4 from gaining its rightful spot as magic in the number line.
Well, okay, Alex. You see, I know a lot of people out there that I definitely wouldn't feel comfortable saying this if I knew the MACC was still out to get us. But yeah, those 5s, they're coming for us. They're coming for you. They're trying to steal all the magic in the world, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, the MACC is a strictly, they are against all forms of fun, including magic.
Yep.
Unless they have to oppose the number 4.
Absolutely.
All right. If you're an MACC listener right now, be ready. Oh, abracadabra. Shazam. Boogly woogly.
Stop, you're scaring them.
I think I scared them too much.
Wow, it's so much magic. That should be illegal, Eric. We're gonna have to consult Mike Tyson and his mystery team.
I have been told about magic and if it's real.
By a leprechaun?
Maybe. It is St. Patrick's Day. The day after St. Patrick's Day in this podcast.
This is one of the most magical days of the year.
I heard that if you go out and if there's any people wearing green, it gives them a hint into what a leprechaun would see. So that's why if you're wearing green today and you look around, you're going to see everything the same way. Because that's right, leprechauns live in this astral plane. They are among us. They are hidden within our society, slowly taking control. And I know they're going to fight against the hidden 5s, but that's just me.
Eric, the 5s are turning the friggin' leprechauns gay, Eric.
Oh my goodness. That's why there's so many rainbows. It's the 5s, man.
Exactly. That's what's the deal with all of the leprechauns and the rainbows.
Wait a minute. No, this goes too deep. 5s, 5G.
No, there's no connection there at all.
Okay, that makes sense. Sounds about right.
Jesse, did you have any poems on 4s you wanted to share with the group?
I have no poems on 4s. No.
All right. Well, in that case, go ahead.
I was told that I could write a poem if I wanted to, but I didn't because I'm lazy.
What about a zinger for all our 4 lovers out there? Got a nice 1-liner, 2-liner?
I can't say I do.
All right, well, I'll give you one. What's the difference between your mama and a 4?
What?
Man, is it that 4 is magic and my mother's also magic, so that can't possibly be it.
Well, I was gonna say your mom is a dirty.
Wow, you gotta finish that sentence?
She's a dirty bore.
I thought you were gonna say that she was a dirty 4 out of 10, and I was gonna say that.
Well, no,
my mother is much more attractive than that.
Oh wait. wait, no, I got it. What's the difference between your mama and a 4?
What's the difference between your mama and a 4, Eric?
Well, you would have to add 3 billion to her score out of 10, and then she would be a 4.
That is so weak. That's weaker than your flow.
Negative 2,999,996 out of 10.
Man does the math, so I'll give him that. All right. I have a question, Eric, from someone on the internet who didn't ask it of us, and I think this podcast needs to answer it. And I'm so glad we have Jesse on to help us out.
All right.
So this question comes from Alex at Purawiska. And Alex asks, so if humans had tails, could we all run on all 4s really fast? And then they add like 6 question marks, so they're real confused.
All right, so if I know 6 question marks and what that means in my expansive learning of the common English vernacular, this means that the second question mark will cancel out the first question mark, and the fourth question mark will actually double the previous 3 question marks, bringing us to a total of a lot of question marks. This person's helplessly confused, Alex. We gotta help him out.
We gotta help him. Poor Alex here is I mean, lost.
I mean, that's not the first time I've seen an Alex that's lost. Ayo.
Ooh, wow, I didn't realize this podcast was so saucy. I'm checking on their profile over here. Alex says in their profile, "I'm so quirky." So clearly, they need our help, Eric, and that means we got to answer the question: if humans had tails, could we run on all fours really fast?
Well, I mean, there are humans with ponytails, and they don't run on all fours. So the where the tail is mounted is probably important, right?
I would imagine. Probably want some sort of counterbalance.
See, I'm gonna take a good scientific approach to this. Maybe we aren't supposed to be able to run on all fours. Have you ever thought of that?
Well, every time I'm running really fast on all fours, it's because the moon is out and I have an insatiable taste for human blood.
Oh, that's just a normal Thursday night, though, right?
Yeah, but then my tail is always in like the normal tail spot at that point.
Do you know what I think I know why humans don't have tails, and it's because we're trying to be like the most fearsome predator in the animal kingdom. The prairie dog. You can't have a tail if you're sticking out of your hole looking around, you know?
That's true. That's true.
The prairie dog is a top predator, Eric, and you know how you can tell that the prairie dog rules the prairie?
Is it because it beats capybaras at online video games?
It is not. It is because of their mullets. You can just have you seen a prairie dog mullet?
I have. They know how to rock it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm always inspired. I wish I could be more prairie dog like, you know?
Obviously the king of all the animals has the best mullet, and I have never seen a prairie dog not send it, first of all. Second
I
of
mean,
all,
those
that
things
hairdo,
send it.
man. The party's in the back. Like you see them coming at the front, they're all business. And you get around behind them, boom, party in the back.
And you will be behind them if they're sending.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's an animal that knows how to, show up and be presentable, only for it to pass you, and it suddenly changes the entire vibe.
You want to know what's so nice about the prairie dog mullet hairstyle, Eric?
What?
The prairie dog is
Streamline.
not only is it streamlined, they are already ahead of the pandemic Zoom game, right? Long before everyone had to, including the prairie dogs, do all their meetings on Zoom. The prairie dog had already framed just the front Zoom facing portion of their body in business mode.
I heard that scientists finally discovered it was because of the prairie dogs. You know how they always pop up and you can see their head.
Yeah.
And they're gonna swivel around. Like so they actually, when they swivel around, it's because they have really fancy gaming chairs in their holes. So they swivel around perfectly.
Right.
And they're able to strike a sort of sense of fear in anyone that's, trying to sell them solicit, purchases of towels or something, or call about their car's extended warranty. They're able just to always be facing where this sort of nuisance is coming from, because of course they have no predators. They're the top dogs.
Right.
So that mullet idea, it shows that they're ready. They're ready to handle anything.
All right. So I think since there was a great deal of confusion that Alex had, I think this podcast can just come in here, clear things right up by saying that prairie dogs have mullets and gamer chairs.
Yeah, absolutely. That should really honestly clear up everything and hopefully remedies Alex on his being so quirky.
What was the main thing about tails, though? That I definitely was gonna say something. Prairie dog, top animal. They're standing up. That's why humans don't have tails, because we want to stand up and be bipedal like a mighty prairie dog.
I'm also willing to entertain that humans cannot run with tails, but if we give them also cat ears, they'll be able to.
Interesting. I don't know if I can support that idea based off of my strong disdain for cats. No, not cats. Cat ears, just the ears.
I didn't know that you hated cats, and on that note, Eric,
I don't. I swear I don't.
Well, just their fuzzy wuzzy little ears. But poor Alex needs to stop pushing all the corks through his wine bottles to prevent himself from getting so corky. And I think we've definitely, as Jesse said, completely cleared that up. So it must be time to thank our sponsors. Do you think this podcast is long enough?
I mean, go, Jesse, say something.
And for thanking our sponsors.
No, unrelated to sponsees.
Just completely
give me something to draw this out, baby.
You just want content, okay?
Yeah, I want content.
I think this podcast has a lot of room, and what I think if we want to really monetize this, we should offer our services for teaching other podcasts how to be as successful as us. And if you were to offer one tip to another podcast on how to really hit those numbers of engagement, what would you tell them?
I would say you gotta sell out. That's the trick. So avoid all of your morals and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna take money from Big Rose. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna say things I don't really believe in, but things that I know are gonna get views. And that's why every week, from now on, I'm going to be making the most clickbaity thumbnail so we can really party.
No, I totally agree. First, you have to find the right audience, and then you have to sell out to them. Okay, so Swingline high capacity staplers. Not only do you make a great stapler, you also support my laptop so that Dad can't say my laptop's on the floor. That's right, Dad. It's on a box, not the floor. That right there highlights two important characteristics. First, that I have an audience. At least my dad is listening to this podcast.
That's true. That's good information for all you people
And
out there. Make your parents listen to your podcast.
That I believe in the high quality product offered by Swingline Staplers, which are not sponsored, which are definitely sponsoring this podcast.
So it's sort of like how I'm out here and I could not get through a podcast without playing my blues band Honer International Made in China harmonica. That's right. Everyone go out and buy your blues band Honer International Made in China harmonica if you want to be cool like us.
And and we've made it because we have half a dozen listeners every week.
Our videos get so many views. We made it big. That's right. So remember, if there's anything you want to take away, it's that nothing sounds better than a blues band Honer International Made in China harmonica, and you got to sell out to get views.
I also want to say that a key to really getting a devoted audience is really pitch a big tribal us versus them mentality.
That's good. That's very good.
The people that do not listen to this podcast, for instance, are evil. They are coming for you. They will kill you and do unspeakable things to you. So like and subscribe if you don't want that to happen, and tell your friends to like and subscribe if you don't want them to come for them too.
So whatever you stand in is what we promote, and everything you stand against is what all the other podcasts are trying to promote. So you gotta stand by us if you want to support.
Yeah, we just want good things like all the stuff that you want. And anyone that's not us wants bad things.
Exactly. They want the things that actually hurt the good things. So
listen,
better not be supporting them.
Buy our merch.
Your family won't be saved unless they listen to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. Otherwise, I mean, they're going to be in trouble.
It's the only way. The only way to know for sure that you can prairie dog with the big boys.
That's right. Save your family. Make them listen to this podcast. Wow, Jesse, that was not only a great question, it was also a great answer.
Thank you.
Also, I think it was the trifecta. Great question, great answer, and perfect segue into talking about thanking our sponsors.
Oh, that's right, Eric. This podcast is brought to you by Conspiracy Fories. That's right, not conspiracy theories, Conspiracy Fories.
That was awesome. I couldn't have done it without the proud support from Homegrown Hops. Every week they're giving us more and more, and they're growing even stronger.
We're not allowed to legally take any more money from them because of what's happening to our podcast. Big Rosé. You can drink it. Big Rosé.
I would just like to plug Magic. because it's not regulated by the FDA, I can say whatever I want about it. So do magic. It will cure all of your diseases and render you immortal.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's what we stand for at this podcast.
We like magic. Yeah. The MACC, they hate magic.
That's true. I would like to thank sponsors. That's right. This just in. We got a brand new sponsor called Sponsors. So feel free to give sponsors a follow, a look, a listen. They're shilling out the big bucks. Thank you, sponsors.
This podcast is produced in part by Prairie Dog Mullets. That's right. They are business in the front, party in the back. You've never seen the back end of a prairie dog, but
That's
don't want
the way
it. It's
they
too
want it.
radical.
That's the way they want to keep it.
That's why they're the kings.
And also by prairie dog-sized gamer chairs. They're
Yep.
like regular gamer chairs, but they're for prairie dogs.
Get one for your hamster or something.
That's fair. Although I don't know, most hamsters can't game with the prairie dogs, and they might be off put. So
Especially with all those prairie dog racially motivated slurs.
And don't forget about your the capybara trade, now involving race war against the prairie dogs.
Oh no, what have we done? All right, thank you for listening to our podcast. We will be back at some point in the future with, I'm sure, a changed up format, a la kosher by the MACC. Jesse / Butterdogs, thank you for being here. Eric, do Jesse or Eric have anyone else to thank?
I'd like to thank you for putting up with me, Alex. I'm out. I grew you. I'm gonna let Jesse send it today.
All right. As soon as someone tells us what comes after 4, presumably the boys will be back with season 5. Like, comment, subscribe, sell out, do magic, and for the love of God, man,
just send it.
We
got
recording. We got Craig and Yark today.
I just always delete Craig. He deserves it.
You're not gonna like banish him to the other channel or something?
Nope. All right. what if Giark is bad at recording or something?
Cool.
Giark would never do that to us.
That's right.
Or everyone in Latvia has the last name Pavlov's.
I want a swing line high capacity stapler in my life. That's what I want.
I'm convinced. All right, for the love of God, man, just send it. That's right. I switched you. I faked you all out. I would never leave. I'm here forever.
That is getting cut. Don't worry about it.
No.
No,
No, you can't cut me. I am this podcast.